What's up, guys? It's TwoWheelTrigger, and it is Saturday. I am on the way to go meet up with some brothers in a club that I am in, an LEMC. We're gonna go meet up with some other chapter members and some guys from a different chapter. We're gonna check out a Harley Davidson dealership in the middle of North Carolina. Grab some lunch and then call it a day. I may or may not end up riding out to Raleigh just to see some folks at Tobacco Road Harley Davidson, see how they're doing today. They're doing a photo shoot with the bikes, or with you and your bike. I'll probably miss that, but that's okay. I kind of have an in with the guy that's doing it. So, as usual, because I'm lazy, we're gonna have to start this ride off with some gas. So we'll go to the pump I seemingly always go to. All right. So unfortunately, the super fun way that we're going to be going is pretty much going to be highway the majority of the way, which always sucks. It's about an hour and 5 minutes to where I'm meeting them, and I've got to be there by about 10:30. So we'll probably dip on and off the highway. It's nearing the end of February. I think today is the 24th, and sunny. It's probably 40-45 degrees or something like that. Let's find out. Let's see. .47. So we got a high of 59 today in this area. I gotta be honest, these gloves, they're okay. I've had them about 2 years now, or 2 winters. They do an okay job of blocking the cold wind. They're not heated. I do have heated glove liners that I can use, and I can put them on and then put these over the liners, but then they get kind of tight. And if I'm being honest, the touchscreen part really sucks. So give me some recommendations on some gloves that you've got that are touchscreen friendly, and ideally are heated, because I only bust these out if it's chilly outside, and frankly an hour on the highway, mid 40s, it's going to be chilly enough that I don't feel like my hands need to go numb today. I've been thinking about getting the Gerbing heated gloves. I like that they've got the battery, but I also like that you can plug them into a jacket. Now, my jacket is from Harley, of course. Harley actually had Gerbing make their jackets, at least at one point in time, and they flipped the male-female connectors so that they don't immediately plug into each other. I'm wondering if I got a male-to-male adapter, no homo, that you could potentially flip the or plug the Gerbings into the Harley jacket. I don't know. If let me know. Alright, so I was really pleased with how the audio came out. By the way, that's all from the big F3 tornado that came through North Carolina like almost a year ago. But yeah, I was really pleased with how the audio came out on the last video on this road glide, so I'm hoping that this one comes out pretty much the same. I sounded a little more mellow in that last video, and I may sound the same way in this one. But that's because the mic is so close to my mouth, and I'm competing with the sound outside my helmet. And if I get too loud, it'll be too much gain for that mic, and it starts to crack. And I haven't personally found a way to get that crackle out of the mic in post-processing. So if I keep that in mind while we're recording and keep my volume kind of in check, usually the audio sounds pretty dang on good. So that's like not great, dude. Walking down I-95. But as I was saying, we're headed down to meet up with some guys in the club, check out a Harley dealership. I've been there before. Not getting a poker chip today because I've already got one, and then we're gonna go grab some lunch somewhere. I have no idea what kind of lunch options are around that area, but I'm sure we'll find something good. Cox's Double Eagle Harley Davidson is in West End, North Carolina, which is actually pretty close to Pinehurst, where all the golf tournaments take place. So it'll be interesting to check that area out. Last time I went there, I believe I was on my blue road glide that I had before I got this one. But yeah, like I said, I've already got a poker chip from there, so I'm probably not going to get another one. Doubtful I'll buy anything today. Mainly because I've been in the process of upgrading my home work setup and just kind of preparing myself for the riding season. So I've been building a PC. I've been using gift cards that I get from work. If I get a little bonus, not my main bonus, but if I get a little bonus here and there, then I'll use that towards building the PC. Yeah, and it's pretty much, at least the last piece will come today while I'm out on this ride, but it's pretty much done, and I'm excited. So the goal here is I can use it for work. What I do for a living is essentially data analysis. I work in the healthcare field, and I'm usually knee-deep in some kind of reporting. So it'll be nice to be able to have a bigger setup that if I need to use a bigger monitor, I can plug that in. But I also teach, motorcycle safety foundation classes, and the computer is basically a business expense. These videos I do, I'm starting to really enjoy making these. I love the feedback and the connection that I'm getting with other people in the community that are watching them or making them and asking me, hey, what are you doing? How is your audio so clear? So I figured, maybe build something a little bit bigger. The computer that I was using was a 2020, year of the COVID, Apple MacBook Pro. I went for the decked out version at the time, which was 16 gigs of memory and a 1 terabyte solid state drive. And I absolutely love that computer. It looks brand new because it's been in a case the entire time. I carry it with me nearly everywhere, and it's been a great machine. All the videos prior to this one were all produced on that machine, which is pretty cool considering it's a 13-inch monitor, and the best thing that I had to plug that into was like a 21-inch monitor that work provided. So it's been a little bit of a struggle. The machine did it. You would definitely hear it start to wind itself up to try to cool itself off, but you know, nonetheless, I'm sitting here producing 4K videos on a nearly 4-year-old machine. I absolutely love that computer. Have gotten most of my stuff off of it now onto the new PC, and that laptop will now just kind of be I'm out of the house and need to do schoolwork, work, whatever work. Or maybe it gets repurposed to my wife or my daughter or something. Who knows? Maybe I sell it. I don't know. But I've built a PC. I've got my last component coming today, and I am pretty daggone proud of it. So what I have built is a Corsair 4000D airflow case with an MSI B650 Tomahawk wireless motherboard with an AMD Ryzen 7 series, I think it's a 7800 processor, a 4 terabyte Western Digital black solid state drive, a 22 terabyte Western Digital red hard disk drive, 128 gig of Corsair Vengeance RAM. Of course, the RGB is in it. I've got a deep cool AK620 digital CPU cooler, so that's pretty cool. It tells me the temp right there on the display. And then I had ordered the same GPU that my son has in his PC that we built together a year or two ago, which was an MSI GeForce 3060, I believe. And in sharing the specs of this build with one of my neighbors who's fairly knowledgeable about building a PC, and with one of my the guy that lives or rents from another coach of mine, a good friend of mine, works for NVIDIA, so he also gave me some feedback. So based on their feedback, I actually ordered a GeForce 4060 Ti, and I'll be sending back the 3060. So I didn't even install the 3060 yet, and I'm already pleased with how everything's running. So that 4060 Ti will arrive today. Tonight I will throw that in the machine and get it set up, and then I cannot wait to do this video in Adobe Premiere on that machine. And oh yeah, by the way, I got a 49-inch monitor. So I went with a Samsung Odyssey G95 SC, and mainly because it was like $600 off. So with the discount, it was within close to the budget that I was looking at for other machines, and so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. And so I've got that. Work definitely helped me out with that, which was super cool. But yeah, now that I've got that GPU on the way, it'll be here today. I'll get that installed, and then I'm looking forward to seeing how fast 4K renders on this new machine, how fast I'm able to export. I am using a newer Wi-Fi 6 something router, so it'll still be wireless, but I'm excited to see how fast it's able to upload to YouTube so that YouTube can start its process of scrubbing and processing the video. Episode 7, I started the it probably took about 30 to 40 minutes to export. That's about a 30-minute video, I think. Probably took 30 to 40 minutes to export in 4K. And then I started the upload, I don't know, I'm just gonna rough ball and say 7 o'clock one night, and when it finally finished the upload, it was probably noon the following day. So it took a while to upload wirelessly. Now I have plugged that machine directly into the router. I have gig coming into the house, which is definitely not a gig going out of the house, but I have plugged that in, and it goes faster, but it's not enough that it's worth the headache, because I have to take the power cord, I have to take the laptop, I have to go downstairs, I have to plug it in near the dog kennel, I have to hope that the dog doesn't somehow get the cable. It's just not a fun experience, so I'll just stick with wireless. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it works with all this stuff. It is a huge adjustment going from a 21-inch monitor or dual 21-inch monitors to a 49-inch monitor. Like when things open up widescreen, super ultra wide, it's like, whoa. A lot of blank space on the sides usually. If I'm in an Excel spreadsheet, that's pretty daggone cool, because I can see more of the data and play around with it, and I don't have to do all this scrolling left and right with the wheel on the side of my mouse, or dragging and clicking back and forth, or hiding fields. It's just really nice. I do have to remember when I'm on a Teams call though. Now, whereas before I used to share one of my monitors and just drag things on and off, now I have to share just that window. Otherwise, what people are looking at is all distorted. So, pretty cool nonetheless. So one of the big things that kept me from switching back to a PC for personal use, I really like how Mac organizes photos, and I've never really been a fan of the software that PCs have. Yes, I do have Lightroom. I've got the whole Adobe suite. Because I'm a college student, I get that for a pretty reasonable expense. So I've got Lightroom, and I can store it all in Lightroom if I want. But I've got like 25,000 photos, and I don't know if that's a lot or not a lot to you, but it seems like a lot to me. I've digitized all of my childhood photos, so I've got all of those as well. And so the Photos app in Mac OS, I just like how it works, and then it's all synced up to the cloud. So I'm able to, pull it down on my phone. I'm able to pull it over on my iPad. If I take a picture on my work phone, I can find it a few seconds later on my personal phone, or on the iPad, or on the Mac. When I've been at work and I needed to share something that I took, I can just pull up the iOS, or the iCloud website, and go to it that way, and share those photos. So when I realized that you could do that now with a PC, you just download the iCloud app, and I'm sure it's been out for a while, guys. Just give me some grace here, but I pulled it down, logged in, and now I've got all my pictures there in a folder on the PC that I can link to basically through the cloud. So that was one big obstacle that I had to get past. Another one is just the fact that everything on a Mac is so native, whereas on a PC it's just not as native. You kind of got more places you got to go look for things, so I had to build up the courage to get past that. Really the big driving factor here is I either build a PC that I can be proud of, and I can say, yep, I did that, and it's to an extent modular, so I can, you know, the GPU is going to last for years, the motherboard's going to last for years, the hard drives are going to last for years, the RAM's going to last for years. Really, I don't have anything on that machine that I would say I'd be upgrading in a year or two. But if I need to, it's easy to swap out, right? Maybe I decide I want a different case. Who knows? The flip side is if I saved up all that money and I went and bought another Mac laptop, because I was looking at the 16-inch M3 Max and pimping it all out. You know, I'm either going to spend more money, or even if I just essentially settle for the same price tag that I have invested in this PC build, it's a contained unit, so there's no upgrading it down the road. It's you know, rinse and repeat. Same thing that I'm in the middle of now, right? Like, I can't upgrade this laptop easily, so it just kind of is what it is until it's no good. So that was a big factor for deciding to go ahead and pull the trigger. I will say it takes up a whole lot of desk space. I'll throw up a picture in the video of what the desk looks like and how crazy it is. You know, hidden behind the PC on my desk is a pretty decent UPS power station, because, you know, before now all my machines have been laptops. They have a built-in battery, so if the power goes out, I have a few minutes to save everything, or really I have a few hours to save everything. We're going to go through the hassle of monitors shutting off and machines having to flip everything back to the primary monitor, but, you know, I'm usually not losing work. Now that I have a desktop literally sitting on the desk, now I have to keep that in mind. So we did get a UPS backup battery station. It has a cool display on the front showing what the load is, showing time to empty, all that kind of good stuff. So that will help me save things, shut things down safely without any kind of surges. Living where I do, during bad storms, it's not uncommon to see the lights flicker. I've had them flicker enough that it kicks out the internet. I've had it flicker enough that it kicks off monitors, and then it takes them a few seconds to come back on. So this should remedy that problem. Now, I may still lose connectivity to the internet because I'm wireless. The routers are, you know, in other places. So if I lose internet, I may lose connectivity to, you know, the VPN to my work, because the internet's now cut, which means I may lose my reporting access, SQL, stuff like that. But for the most part, I save most things locally and then upload a copy. So as long as I'm not using some kind of source that's through the internet, I should be good. So guys, that's about it. I just figured I'd ramble on about the new build. I'm excited to see, you know, how easy making these videos gets using, you know, a more thoughtfully purposed rig. I'm not a huge gamer, so I doubt I'm going to be doing any kind of gaming on it. I might download a game or two and just play around with it initially, but I'm not the Cheetos eating, Mountain Dew loving gamer that sits there for hours and hours. I have an Xbox that I don't remember the last time I turned it on. But I'm excited to see how it works out for video production and all the multitasking stuff that I do in a given day. So guys, with that, I am going to let you go. I've got about another 40-ish minutes or so until I get to my destination, so it's going to be a nice little cruise. And yeah, thanks for watching. Drop some comments down below. Let me know if you've got some intrusive thoughts, if you want me to comment on things going on, or just how the heck you're doing today. Yes, Two Wheel Trigger guys. Keep the rubber on the road.